What it is, you guys, it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, girl, to see justice before all face to blink. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. And as you can see, I'm trying to hold this phone, but there's a glare. Yep, right up in there, because I dropped the phone over the weekend. So already, girl. But anyways, I'm gonna finally finish this story time that I was telling you. I did finish it the day I was trying to tell you, but for some reason with this storage, it'll on this particular phone, it'll keep recording, but you won't know that it's not really saving it. Like it'll record it, but then you're like, where is it? And you have no clue where that video is. So it literally just stops off and then boom, it's gone. I think I'm gonna move because I don't wanna, we're gonna go ahead and walk while I'm telling the story. And I don't want to walk back in this patchy grass because it's gonna get dark soon. And girl, never know what could be in the grass. Snakes could be in the grass. Okay, so I'm walking, trying to avoid this glare as much as I can. But today been like a lazy Sunday, which is good. I do need a lazy Sunday because, girl, we have been going with my niece and nephew here. But I wanted to finish that story time. First, let me tell you how that went. So y'all know yesterday I was trying my darndest to take the kids to the water park because my little niece, hold on, if we can get this to stabilize because my hand is shaky. Guess we won't be able to get it to stabilize. Girl, I wish I hadn't have broken this camera already. Well, I dropped the phone, and then of course it cracked straight across the camera. When you get a crack across your camera, it creates this glare. I tried to stabilize it, but it just won't. The lock is not coming on. Usually it'll lock it so that it's not so jumpy as I'm walking, but I don't know. Girl, I be trying. Okay, let's see if we put it on this side. No, there's more of a glare. Oh gosh, it's so annoying. Okay, so we gotta have it on this side, girl. Okay. And then there's still some glare, but okay. So, my niece now, well, my niece, great niece, or grand niece. Is it grand niece or great niece? I don't know. Your niece's child, right? Niece's daughter. Is that a grand niece or a great niece? I think it's girl, I don't even know. But I've never heard of a grand niece. But that makes more sense, like a grandchild, right? But anyways, my grand niece or great niece or however you want to say it, girl, all she wanted to do was go to a water park, and that needs to be everybody hates Cadillac about that because the best try, it just was not working. So we were trying to go to Aquatica. Really, they wanted to go to Volcano Bay. But Volcano Bay fills up like quickly, like so quickly that you couldn't even get tickets to Volcano Bay. And I do believe that Volcano Bay is a bit smaller. So then everybody decided to go to Aquatica. But my sister kind of got something against Aquatica because of what happened last time with my other sister getting sick out there. So Aquatica, we decide, okay, if we want to go to a water park, that's kind of really our only option at this moment. So we get out there and they have shut down the parking lot. Like, why would you shut down the whole parking lot to a theme park? So I'm thinking it has to be something serious if they would do that. But they were not being very accommodating about the fact that the guests could not find parks. Like, what's the purpose in a theme park if you can't find nowhere to park your car and, go inside and enjoy the theme park? So it was decided that, hey, there is nowhere to park. By the time we park way down somewhere else and walk over basically the time's going to be over with, and they're going to spend, because on the weekend it is way higher to go to the water park. They're going to spend all that money and really not even get to enjoy nothing. And then if it's that freaking darn packed on the outside, guess what's happening inside, right? So then we decided to go ahead. Everybody stayed on the phone lines for like over an hour and something, trying to get a refund. Them folks was fighting back. They didn't not want to give a refund. But what the heck you shut the parking lot down for? You know, you're inconveniencing your guests. But also, if you are inconveniencing your guests, what happened to making it right? Like that literally, guests do not. What kind of birds are these? This bird looks rather weird sitting up there like that. Where is it? That's not no regular bird. I can't get it, girl. I'm trying to capture it. That's the little bird, but it's sitting up there talking to another bird. There it go. That don't look like the average bird you see up in the park. What kind of bird is that, girl? Oh, and the thing looking at me. Please don't look at me, because I don't want nothing with you. Don't come down attacking me, but that's a different looking bird sitting up there. Maybe you could see it now. Where is it? It's hard for me to see over my head. That's that one. There it is. What kind of freaking bird is that? That is odd seeing that out here at the park. But anyway, so they were like, once, you know, the fight, the out of towners were actually able to get their refund. My sister was able to get her refund because, you know, she is disabled, and the only reason she was trying to attend was to be with them, and they're going back home. So there would be no reason for her to try to attend, and she can't go out there by herself, no way. So after all the pushback, they finally refunded her. However, my other sister, they would not refund her, and she's the one that spent the most. She bought like 5 tickets. They were like, no, you gonna use them tickets or you just lose your money. They were doing way too much. So my sister got really like irritated and overwhelmed to the fact where she was like, she really don't even want to do nothing. She had to go anyway at 5 o'clock because she was trying to hang out with the family before work. I told y'all, we always got to put work. Like, work dictates our life. Like, we can't just live our life, plan our lives. We have to basically fit in. It's almost like I don't know what game to compare it to, but let's say the pieces of your life. And the biggest piece is work. You got to drop that in first before you could try to fit any other pieces in. And it sucks, but that's just how we have to live, because we have to survive. You know what I mean? So that's kind of held over our head. Hey, you don't really want to work. You really want to spend time with your family. But guess what? You got to survive. Guess what? You got to survive. Like, literally. Like, you have to feed the kids. You can't spend the time with the kids, but you got to feed them. So what comes first? Like, girl. But this ain't that video. So my sister's like, okay, I'm just over it. I had to go to work at 5 anyway. So I was like Googling. I'm always trying to find a way to fix it, because that's who I am. I'm like, I hate to see a kid disappointed. I hate to see anybody disappointed. So I'm like, okay, we could do this. Let me look up what else. Think fast. And I find out that Westgate Resort, well, I already knew that, but I thought about it and I was like, oh, they have a water park. It's significantly smaller, little water park, but it does have 2 decent sized slides, and they could probably have fun. It has a lazy river. It has a wave pool. Like, I mean, of course, it's not what you were looking to go to, but at least it's like a good consolation. Girl, my nephew went and changed his clothes. My niece, she changed. Juju and Araya, they happy because they're going to play with my grand niece or great niece, or I don't know, girl, I ain't figured it out yet. But I'm just going to call her my niece. Was going to play with her, and they were finally going to get their little water park day. when as soon as we get in there, now this the part I didn't tell you, we were about to purchase the tickets. It was $25 per person. They didn't differentiate whether it was kid or adult. It's just per person, $25. So as soon as we're about to get to the ticket booth and buy our tickets, somebody says, hey, we're leaving. Are y'all about to buy tickets? I got plenty. So she gives us all her tickets. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is a blessing. I'm like, do you know what they just been through? Like, all I'm trying to do is take my little nieces and nephew to the water park. That's all I'm trying to do. And they had to go through the most and this and that. So she's like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Because I'm like, I literally wanted to give the lady some money because I'm like, that is so sweet. But I said I wasn't going to say I was broke no more. But I spent my last little bit of money taking my nephew to both of my nephews, Zay, and then my nephew Anthony that was visiting, taking them to the what was that called? I forgot what those things are called. But we had such fun. Escape rooms. We did a couple of escape rooms. Now escape rooms are fun, but they're expensive, girl. They're very expensive. So I spent the last that I had at the escape room, right? So I really didn't have anything to, give the lady at all. I gotta make it through this week on $30. Girl, we don't know how we finna do that, but we finna do that on a prayer. Like Bon Jovi, living on a prayer. That's what I'm living on, girl. And I got to stretch that $30, which is irritating because after all that working to live and living to work, girl, got paid. And before the weekend is over, I got $30. Now, how you explain that? How do you really explain that? All that work and you ain't got nothing. Like I say, you ain't got nothing to come home with. Once you pay your bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. Once you pay your bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. So I ain't never lied, girl. I'm telling you the truth. Like working that hard and ain't got nothing to come home or show for it or anything. But so I didn't have nothing to give the lady, but I was just so grateful. And then sometimes people are just trying to help you out. They're not really just looking for pay. And it's many times that I have given things, and I don't be looking for pay for nobody. I do things out the kindness of my heart. If I'm doing something for you, it's literally just because I feel like I can help you and I want to be of service, right? Hold on, I gotta shake my hand out. Hand going numb. About to drop the phone and then it'd be another crack across the screen, girl. But so why is it making it so dark? So anyways, we thank the lady. We go in, change, and everybody's about to jump in the pool we were first looking for a seat to sit on, and it was so freaking hot yesterday. That sun was pounding, and we were trying to basically find like an umbrella or something that we could get up under, especially my sister Kristen, so that she doesn't get sick or whatever from the sun, because Florida is hot and we're experiencing some tremendous heat. Description box: beat the heat challenge, girl. I ain't even finna tell you what it's about, but if you follow me, you know what it's about, girl. But so soon as we sit down and we're like, okay, we ain't gonna find no umbrella, let's just sit the stuff here. I hear one of the guards saying, the lifeguards, everybody out of the pool. Everybody out of the pool. So I'm thinking maybe something happened, because at times they do that everybody out the pool thing, and it be because they gotta either check the pool for something, or they have to do this or do that, and then we're thinking it's just gonna pass. He says everybody out the pool, there's lightning within whatever range or whatever. And so they're like, yeah, we're going to open it back up once the bad weather and the lightning passes. Now we're like, okay, so we don't have a room there. We're just there for the water park. So we go find us a little umbrella because everybody left. Everybody dispersed. But what we didn't know was that you literally could not stay in the water park area. They put us out the water park area. So now we like, okay, so what are we gonna do now? So I'm like, okay, well, we could wait in the car until the weather passed. The weather passed. We're looking at the little forecast, and it's saying by 4 o'clock, all sunny skies again. The sun came out or whatever. So at 3:30, we go down there, and we're like, "Are y'all gonna open up the water park?" Like, you know. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna open up the water park, but I'm still continually seeing them put more and more people out the park. So I'm like, why would they put more people out if they're gonna open this park? So we're just waiting and waiting. So then it gets down to it's 4 o'clock. So I was like, maybe they're specifically waiting for when the weather is officially going to end, like it says on the internet at 4 o'clock. So we're like, okay, we'll wait till 4 o'clock. So then we start seeing everybody coming out and heading back to the water park area. So we're like, oh, my niece is like, we better go on and stand over there because now it's going to be a long line to get in, right? So we get up, we go stand in line, and we're just standing there. Workers are walking past, and we're like, are they ever going to open the park back up? And they're like, oh, yeah, in about an hour. An hour when? Like, from what time an hour? And so they're like, yeah, we're going to open it. But then the sun, it got so hot. I mean, it was so hot. So my niece is like, I know my nephew and them, they're not used to that heat like that because they're from Illinois, right? So I don't want them to fall out, right? So everybody is hot. My other little niece, Bri, she's like, kid, I'm so hot, I'm thirsty, and this and that. So they all about to die, because it's so hot outside. So then I'm like, do y'all want to stay and wait till whenever they decide they're gonna open this park? So everyone decided, no, let's just go. So then I'm like, okay, well, we could go swimming. We can go swimming at Money's pool. Where she lives has a pool. And they're like, you know what? We're over swimming at this point. We don't want to swim. We just want to go home. But by the time we headed home, it was almost 5 o'clock. We had literally left the house a little before 12 to take them to the water park. So we conveniently wasted that whole day. So after that, and the kids was like, they still wanted to go out. So my niece had this, my sister decided that we were going to take the kids to Crayola. She would pay for all of them to go to Crayola, which thank God that she did that because Auntie Kita is broke. I said I wasn't going to say I'm broke, but Kita ain't got no money. Kita got $30 for this whole week, right? So I do get a discount from my employer because I do work at a theme park. They give us discounts at other little attractions and stuff around Orlando, right? So I'm like, okay, with my discount, it was 22 for each person. But it says you have to purchase online. So as we're in line and we're about to purchase these tickets, we get down to Crayola. I do have those vlogs. They are already out. We had a really good time with them yesterday at Crayola. But we only had about an hour and a half. So it was a quick rush, But at least Juju got to take my niece where he had been telling her about Crayola Girl. And I don't even think he been, so I don't know how he was so excited about that. Like, he be acting like he got big money. I'm going to take you this place. I'm going to take you that place. Juju ain't got no, Juju don't be having no money. Like, how you finna do that? And he love to tell you how he going to take people out to eat and this and that. So we get to Crayola and I'm online and I'm like, okay, Kristen, so it says it comes out to $130 something for all 5 of us. And she's like, I'm like, is that okay before we make the purchase? And she looks at me like, huh? Like she completely had just forgot that she said she was gonna pay for us to go. So we standing in line. So the next teller is open. So we just proceed. And I'm like, do we have to really get the discount online? And he's like, yeah, you do have to put it through online. But because it's so late in the evening, the tickets have dropped down to $18 per person. So hallelujah again. We went in, thank God we did not buy it online, and we did go ahead and just purchase them in person. And so we got that for, I think it came out to $108 for all of us. She bought 5 tickets for us to enjoy, and that was it. My nephew Anthony was like, "No, baby, I think I'm a little bit too old for crayons," so he just stayed home. But conveniently, I did the escape rooms with the older kids, and then I did the Crayola with the younger kids. So it worked out. We got to do something with them. I just wish it wasn't like lately. It's just been really difficult. I think it was basically because of my move and like the inflation in my apartment and just everything. Like this year has just been really harder to make ends meet. Like I'm usually able to make my ends meet, but it's been really rough this year. And I have really been experiencing, like I'm sure a lot of people, last time I said that, they were saying, people were telling me, oh, speak for yourself. So maybe y'all doing good out there, but I'm not doing so good. And I believe there's other people that's probably not doing so good. But last time I spoke for a multitude of people came for me, talking about I'm doing good. Okay, so you're doing good, but I'm struggling, girl. And I'm not usually struggling like this. Like things are out of hand with this little inflation. But yeah, it was difficult. And then like going out of town too, that was really hard. Going out of town, and you really ain't got too much to rub together. You by a miracle were able to go out of town, right? And then when they came, usually I'm the one taking you everywhere. But for me though, I do find all the cheap events. I find good events. I find things that don't take that much money, like when we went to Lou Garden, because we were doing things with the kids for the summer. That is also a challenge in Orlando, because you're like, we want to take the kids places, but everything is so freaking expensive. Case in point, I wanted to take the kids to Kennedy Space Center. Like we already had our summer plan, for me to take the kids. And now I'm basically running out of time because it's really back to school, you know. But yeah, that's all. Just, but we'll find a way, right? And now they back. They plane should have landed by now, and they should be back in Illinois. So hopefully they had a good time. I had a good time with them, and that's the little story. I do have another story time I gotta finish up about that day at work when I was running to be on time and actually end up being late. I got that story time to finish up. So let's go ahead and upload this one, and maybe I can hit that one. All right, guys, here's your girl Cadillac.